Hey everybody, welcome back to LDRS Creative. We're in studio tonight and we are going to be working on a winter card. I think it was, what was the temperature today? Like 76 degrees. I am honestly ready for winter. So welcome everybody. I am so thrilled that you guys are joining us tonight. It's always so nice to see friendly names. I wish I could see friendly faces. But welcome. I would love to know. And now, just so you know, I can't see like what y'all are posting and stuff right now, but I always do look back and read through comments and stuff. So, let me know where you're joining us, from, wherever you are. I don't care if you're, in the United States or anywhere else, wherever you are, let us know. And keep in mind too that when you leave a comment, you automatically get in the running to have your name potentially drawn for our giveaway at the end of tonight. So let's see. So tonight I decided to do a winter card. I actually, if you remember, if you were with us last week, I spent a little bit of time in studio and I got nowhere. I wouldn't even say it was a lack of mojo. I just, for some reason, whatever I was creating was not working out. And I had the same doggone thing happen today. I had an idea in my head and it wasn't working out no matter what I did. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go back to basics. And so today I was in studio, I did the same thing and it wasn't working out. And so I thought, you know what, just go back to what feels good and comes natural. And if whatever I have in my head, and this is advice I would give you too. If whatever you envision when you're crafting, whatever you're trying to make, if it's not coming naturally for whatever reason it is, in that moment that you sit down to craft, if it's not coming naturally and it's not working out and it's not easy, it's probably not fun in that moment either. And then I would say set that aside, which is what I did. I didn't throw it away. I set it aside. And I started from scratch. And I thought, you know what, let's just kind of get a whole new vision. And so I sat down and took a look at some product and came up with something that I am really happy with. So I guess my point here is that, crafting should be fun. And it doesn't always come easy. And when it doesn't, then maybe you need to shift gears a bit. And, you always hear that, oh, my mojo's gone and all that stuff. And, sometimes we just don't feel like crafting, but sometimes if the mojo seems like it's gone, maybe it's not gone. Maybe you're just trying too hard to make something in your head work out, and maybe you need to kind of refocus and go down a different path. And that's what I ended up doing today, and I'm really, really glad that I did because I love what I decided to work on, and I think it's going to be super fun. So I also want to. I hope this is going to be okay. I hope this is going to be okay. Yes, let's go to camera. In fact, I know it's going to be okay because I think she showed this card on our Facebook group. But Sheila, thank you so much. Sheila Fisher sent me this absolutely adorable Halloween card with the Halloween trick or treat, or actually I think they're just called Halloween gift tags, and it was so cute. I'm not going to open it up because people don't always like it when I do that. But she said something in here about, me being tagged. And I thought that was just so cute. So I absolutely love this. Alan actually just went and got this for me because I have it on display in our family room. So he went and grabbed this for me so that I could show this. So Sheila, thank you. It did arrive and I love it. So how much fun. Very cool. Okay. So let's see, what are we working with today? Today I decided to work in the end with Have an Ice Day. These are a part of our most recent Christmas and winter collection. You can see I stamped up a couple of these, that's why they look darker. But Have a Nice Day, I think these are just so stinking cute. I just love them. I love this little bear, this little polar bear. He reminds me of like the Coca-Cola bear. These other two little, look at this, is like mama and her baby. And of course we have the little penguins. And I think this one is, I don't know if that's a sea lion or a walrus. I think it's a walrus. And then we have a little sea lion here. Oops. And then of course the iceberg and the ice cubes that actually look like ice cubes. And then they have an ice day that actually looks like ice cubes. It's just absolutely darling. So I decided to work with this 14 stamps. On the back, you always see a color image to just kind of give you an idea of what they look like colored up, and and maybe even how you can color them up when you get them home. So, and then of course the coordinating dies sold separately, 9 dies, and it cuts out all of the characters, even the little ice cubes in there too. So, and the little iceberg. So cute. So I worked with those, and then I also ended up grabbing my A2 stitched layered card toppers, which you guys see me grab this all the time. I love it. And true to form, whenever I am scene building, I always take a look at what I have in my stash. I love grabbing things in my stash. And so we haven't seen this in a while. This is Over the Hills. This is like a grassy hill die that I'm going to be using for snow. And I also grabbed At the Beach because I want to use this same shape here for snow. And then I also grabbed my Pine Tree Forest stamps because I want to have the trees in the background. This is going to be kind of a quick and easy card. And because it's really just kind of like the pieces that I have to layer up and put together. What's going on, Alan?
I'm just looking at your trees are green.
Well, the trees are green because I stamped with them in green before. Oh, and you know what? I don't have my green ink. Will you give me the olive right there? Yep, I forgot to grab that. I haven't stamped it yet, so.
Hey, nothing fell.
Yay. Nothing crash landed?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get started here. I do have pieces over here that I've already cut. But the first thing I want to do is get these guys colored up. And I'm going to color them really, really quickly. One of the cool things about this set is we have polar bears that are white. We have penguins that are black and white. We have sea lions that are, and this little walrus that are kind of white and blue, like a whitish blue kind of gray. So the coloring is so easy. I mean, even ice, let's be honest, really easy to color. This is like one of the easiest sets to color I think you're ever going to find. So that being said, these are all the markers I have. This is it. Look at that, it focused. Everyone, it focused. Wow.
Are you saying my technology doesn't work?
Well, I am shocked at that focus.
You just gotta know how to use it.
Okay, so I've got these all going in the correct orientation. So if anybody wants to do a screenshot right there, you know which colors I used. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to set all of these 4 aside that are for my red. I'm going to set those aside because when I work with red, I do those last, just in case I don't want to pull any red into what I'm working with. So I am going to color both of these in kind of white and gray. And so I ended up grabbing, let's see if I can do this here. C0, 1,
What color is that?
Wow, what am I doing? All right, C00, C1, C3, C5. All right, C is a cool gray. That means it has a blue undertone. All right, a cool gray is going to work best because for this application because I'm working with animals that are like from the Arctic and snow and ice, and that right there tells you it's cool, right? So I want a cool gray. So I'm going to start with both of them. I'm going to start with C00. And I'm just going to start bringing this color in and just kind of, I want this polar bear to be more white. So I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of shadow to him. C00, just around like the edges. Just a bit. It's not going to color him gray. It's just going to kind of add contour and shape to him. Just a little bit. Kind of up underneath in those little areas where we would have shadow, where things are tucked from his leg up from the bottom here. All right. Bottom of that little foot up from the leg here. Maybe a little bit behind him. A little bit here where we might have a little bit of shadow where his little belly kind of comes in. Tiny little bit underneath his arms. All right, just a tiny, tiny little bit, not a lot. Oh, I'm going to move on also to this little guy here. Now this little guy, I do want to be a little more gray. Polar bears are white. This little guy is going to be more gray. So I am going to start off by bringing this color in and across. I'm going to leave the top a little bit lighter, white really for now, and just start bringing that shadow in a little bit from the side, a little bit here where he curves. All right, just a tiny little bit to begin with. So I'm kind of marking the area. C1, I'm going to use very sparingly on this little bear. Tiny bit under his chin. Just bring it in around him a bit. See how it just kind of makes him look like we have a little bit of bend, or not bend, but a little bit of shadow behind him. All right. And just kind of make your way around. There we go, a little bit of shadow. I'm just kind of thinking about like where the light might be. The light's going to be like straight on and like in front of him. And I just want to add a little bit of contour here. He's not really going to have shadow on his back. It's going to be more of a contour. Okay, up under here. There we go. Teeny tiny little bit. Just a wee bit. All right, that's good for that one. Now, this guy we're going to do a little more. I want to bring that color across. Still working with C1. Push that color up from the bottom and across him. A little bit up on his head. There we go, but not too much. And I will blend this out a bit as we go. Now, my next color is C3. This one's pretty dark. So I'm just going to literally dab a tiny little bit onto my polar bear, just to kind of strengthen these areas where we have that shadow, but just tiny, tiny little bit, not a lot. I will blend this in. Right now, I just want to lay a little bit down. And notice I'm not putting anywhere near as much as I did with the other color. Under that chin. A little bit here on his hand. All right. Now, for this guy, I'm going to come in a little bit further. I still don't want him to be like dark gray everywhere, but I want him to have more gray than the polar bear. Maybe a little bit up on the top of his head there. All right, so we're going to leave that there with those colors. I'm going to go back now to 0, 0 and see if I can blend this out a bit on the bear. This is just going to help me to kind of soften that C3 a bit. I'm not pulling into those white areas because I want to leave him white. But I just want to smooth out like where the colors meet. Just a bit. Tiny little bit. You got to be careful with this part because you don't want to end up with a bear that is gray. He's not a polar bear. I don't think they make them, huh? They. Who would they be? Who would they be? Look how cute he is. He's just a cutie pie. For this one, for this little seal or sea lion or whatever the heck he is, I'm going to actually do my blending with C1 over those edges where C1 and C3 come together. because I want him to be a little more gray. And then when I'm done with this, just smooth that out a bit. Then I'm going to go to C00. This one's going to be a little more forgiving because it's so light. Now I can start kind of blending out those areas, leave some highlight in there. Now, if anybody has any questions, make sure you get those to me. Alan will put those up.
Wow, we got Arlene Gordon on and Liz Lardis.
Oh, wow. Erlene and Liz are here. Welcome back, ladies. How exciting.
Thought they didn't like us anymore.
All right, so I'm going to get a little bit on his little face here. I'm going to leave his teeth white and just get a little bit of that light gray on his face. And now I have C5 here, but I don't think I'm going to use that. I think that would be too dark. I am going to come in just a little bit with C3 right around the edge here and just kind of darken that up. And then I'm going to smooth it out with C1. And that's okay, you know, if you feel like you've blended something out a little bit too much, then you can put color back in. There we go. Look how cute. Okay, so that is the C's. We're going to be finishing up early today, I can already tell. Now I'm going to go to my reds. R30, this is my lightest one. I'm going to do a little bit of this pink on this guy's tongue here. How cute is that? Maybe a teeny tiny little bit on his little cheeks. And I want to get this guy's ear up here, a little bit of pink. And let's get the little pads of his feet in pink. I could do them in gray, but I think pink is cute. All right, and now I'm going to go to pink on his scarf. This is going to be the base color. All right. Next up is R32. Now I always start light and then I work my way up. So that was R30 to start. Now I'm going to start bringing in 32. I'm going to leave that center kind of without color there. I'm going to get a tiny little bit of that brighter pink up in the top of his ear. Maybe a little bit underneath the little pad here. A little more on that guy's tongue. Very cute. All right, now we're going to start building this up. It's going to start becoming red. So now we move to R35. I'm not going to do any more with the pads on his feet. I'm only going to deal with his scarf at this point. There we go. And then I'm going to go up one more color to R37. Just around that outside there, really deep in that. All right, now I'm going to come back in. I'm dropping down 2 colors to 32, and I'm going to come right over where those meet, but I'm not going to go all the way across into the center. I just want to smooth out that line where those 2 colors meet a bit. We will do some blending here, so don't worry. R30, I'm going to bring that together now. Okay. I'm going to go back up 1, and this is where we go back and forth a little bit. I'm going to come right over the center. because it's kind of a build of color. And if it starts looking a little bit too pink, then we go back up to some of the reds. Looks a little orangey to me in the middle there. So I've got 35. I'm going to put some of this back in, leave some of my highlight there. All right. I'm going to go to my lowest color, 30. I like to go low with the color and then I'll go back up if I need to, but at least I'm not going so far that I go too dark all at once. Bring those colors together just a little bit. Now I'm going to go out to my darkest color, 37. Shannon is saying, you don't find issues with no paper underneath your project, no bleeding. Nope. Nope. But I am using a really good paper. This is the Neenah Classic Crest Solar White, 110 pound. We do sell this in the store. This is what I use whenever I work with alcohol markers. It is a good heavy cardstock. It's fantastic. I'm also not putting down a tremendous amount of color. All right, so this is where I would leave it with the red. I am going to do one thing though. I'm going to come back in with some gray. And I might have to go up to that C5, but I'm going to start with C3. And I'm going to just shadow here. See what that did? Isn't that gorgeous? Tiny little bit. It just kind of gives it a little bit of depth. Isn't that pretty? A little bit of depth, a little bit of age even. I think it's pretty, 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 pretty. I want a little more pink on this guy's tongue. 32. Not pink enough. Super, super cute. I do need to blend in this guy's feet a little bit. And I think I'm going to take a little bit of gray on the pad of his foot. And that is C1, just a little bit up the bottom. Just to add a little bit of curvature on that foot. And I think that's cute. Maybe even a little bit of depth on the inside of that ear. I'm really weird about that stuff. Okay, so that's it. That's all we have to do to color. That's these markers right here. See if it, oh, there it is, almost. All right, I'm not going to spend time trying to do that. Okay, so there we go. Next up, we're going to get these die cut. So where is Mr. Hunt in the house?
I'm right here. What did I do? What did I not do?
What did you not do? You apparently were not paying attention because I said we're going to die cut. Will you get me the Sizzix plate? So yeah, looking at the back of this, you can see it looks pretty even where I have my color. You can see with the red, I got a little bit heavier because I did more layers there. But it looks pretty even. I wouldn't worry about it being even all across. You know, what you want to see is, you know, with each color that you're, you know, working with, a somewhat of an evenness. But it shouldn't go through. If it's going through, you're either pressing too hard or resting your marker in one place too long because it's gonna keep you know, allowing that what is it called, the that ink to come out, and we don't want that. And it could mean that you're putting too many layers. The paper is only going to accept so much ink, whatever paper you're using. I do recommend that you use a paper that is really good for whatever medium you're working with. So if you're working with alcohol markers, Copic markers in particular, I can speak to this Neenah Classic Crest paper. I think it's fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and use a ridiculous amount of tape on here because I don't want to have to stamp and color these up again. I like to color once and cut once. and I don't want my dies to move. And if that means that I have to add some extra tape, well, so be it. I also don't reuse my tape because it's not incredibly sticky tape to begin with. It is repositionable tape, and even though it has a little bit of stickiness left over afterwards, it doesn't have enough for my comfort level. Everybody else, everybody's going to be a little bit different with the amount of tape you want to use. So I would say do whatever you're comfortable with. And I have lost too many images just because I didn't put enough tape on them and they moved or they shifted when they went through the machine. So I do have the blade side down because these are not intricate dies. This is going to help to make sure that my my boards, my cutting plates don't work. Alan, where'd you go, honey?
Typing.
You're typing a question? All right, so he's going to go ahead and get that cut. I am going to show you the other stuff that I've got in my little kit here. My little bag of goodies. So, I mentioned that I grabbed the A2 stitch layered card toppers. This is a staple. I grab these all the time for all kinds of things. And there's 3 dies in here altogether. They are going to have a blade on the outside that's going to cut to the exact size that you need. They're going to nest beautifully. I grabbed the 2 largest ones for my purposes here today. So here's what I did. Again, same cardstock because I want the white to match. So I used my Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock for all of this because I want the white to match perfectly. I'm very weird like that. So with the largest die, I cut, this is going to cut to A2. So my largest die, I cut 1 piece. With the second largest die, I cut actually 2 pieces. All right, so I cut 2 pieces to this size. All right. Now, one of them I left intact. The other one I trimmed or I cut with these dies. All right. Why did I cut it first with my A2 layered card topper? Because I wanted my stitching on there. I wanted that stitching to be around the edge because when I put whichever one of these I put on top, I want that stitching to continue all the way, across and around the card. And you'll see what a difference that makes once I get everything put together. Somebody's asking, Kim is asking, hey Angie, would you consider a scene using the teapot pocket pails? Ooh, just purchased it and love it. That sounds like fun. I haven't worked with that in a little while. So yeah, Alan, will you make note of that? The teapot pocket pails. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, and I would say to anybody, if there's something you want us to work with and play with that we haven't played with in a while, just let me know. Alrighty, so back to this. So I started with this, and I went ahead. I think this one goes this way. Where's the other piece? I'll show you how this fits. I turned it A2, so portrait. So I turned it in this direction, right? Because that's the direction I decided my card was going to be in. So I turned my extra piece in this direction, grabbed my die. All right, now this is 1 die, but it cuts into 2 pieces. You can see where the cut lines connect here. All right, so 1 die, when I lay it across, all right, it went off of my card, and that's fine. Ran it through, cut it, and it cuts this little heel piece separately. So I can remove that if I want. I don't have to use it. I can discard it. Or I can pop it up on foam and get dimension. I can put it behind and pop this up on foam. So you have a lot of choices. So it's really fun because this is 1 die, but it cuts in 2 pieces. So that is that one. The other one that I used, and I can't find the other piece. I think where did I put the piece? I must have lost it. Alan, is there a little, I have lost a piece. I lost the little piece that goes here. Is there a piece on the floor around me? No? Okay. Well, I lost this little piece that's right here. It's a little white piece like that. Is it over there? Go look over there on my desk over there in that little stack right there. Do you see a tiny little piece? Okay, well, you know what? Sometimes we just have to make do. So I don't know what I did with it. No, it's okay. I'll just do without it. So this one lays like this across, all right? I lined it up just like this. And it ended up cutting in two pieces just like this one did. It gave me this bottom piece and then oh, there it is.
It was in the trash.
There, it was in the trash. Oh, I threw it out by mistake. Oh my gosh. So here's the other piece that it cut, okay? That actually goes right about there. And so that's that piece right there. The thing I love about this is it has these little dots on it that can be sand. That's what they're supposed to be, is sand, right? Because this is like a beach. Oh, and it also cuts the little sandcastle off automatically. That's a separate piece. So you can see where the die lines or the blades meet there. And so you have that separate piece that you can use or not. In this case, I'm not because I want to use this as snow. But I'm pretending that instead of this being little pieces of sand, it's just little specks of snow. I think it adds cute little texture to the snow. So now that I made a big fuss over this piece and Alan found it, we have to make sure and use it, right? So I have these. This was part of my prep. I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to go back to this piece here. This was the one that I cut with the second largest die. So I had the large one, then the second die. This is one where I'm going to build everything on. And I'm going to end up doing some stamping. And let me move these over. I'm going to stamp with this tree. We're going to see how this works out. I have it planned in my head. All right, will that fit there? Does that close? It should. Yep. I could use my other one, but we're just going to go with this one. Actually, I might have to go with the other one because I think, yeah, I'm going to grab my other stamping platform. This one's a little bit bigger. It'll give me a little room. All right, so I'm going to put it kind of in the middle here, at least for now. I may move it. We'll see. I'm going to kind of figure out where I want these pieces to be. This one, see what I was talking about, how we have the stitching? When I put this down here, see how that stitching just continues? That's why I wanted that stitching. This one would go here, all right, and I can pop that up on foam, whatever I want to do. This is another layer that I want to tuck in behind here. This is where my thinking is. So that's going to give me another layer of texture of snow. My thinking is that I'm going to have this beautiful pine tree is going to be roughly, I don't want it to be, like if I go like that, it looks so perfect. I don't want it to be so perfect. I want it to be off center a little bit. But I think I'm going to go off center in this direction now that I think about it. Because, let me get this out while I'm thinking here. Let me get this all planned out. I've got this sentiment that I want to use that says, I love you more than I can bear. And my thinking is that this is going to go right in here. So cute. Okay. So trees will go here. This is roughly how things will be laid out. All right, I'm going to move this one now, get that out of the way. This looks straight. I want to stamp my trees. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up those trees, and then I'm going to get all of this out of the way. Okay. Where is my ink? Now the ink I'm going to use is my hybrid ink. This is Olive Branch. I'm going to go ahead, get my papers out of the way, and ink up this little tree. Yes, I know, I'm making circles. Yep, everybody says, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that. Well, you know what, if it gets more ink on there for me, I'll do it, I don't care. I don't worry about people making fun of me for the way I ink up my stamps, I really don't care. Okay, all right, now I've got my Stampendable. Get Put that in there. Look how pretty my trees are. Yay! Love them. One of my favorite stamps. We have evergreens like you would not believe. I remember somebody came to visit once from California. She had never been to Michigan, had no idea that we had all these evergreens everywhere. I picked her up at the airport, and this was, I think she was here in the summertime. And on the way to the house, she was like, oh my gosh, you have Christmas trees. You have Christmas trees everywhere. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? As it turned out, she was talking about all of the evergreens that we have. And I just thought it was the funniest thing. Like, yes, we have Christmas trees year round. It's actually a quite nice way to think about it, actually.
Well, would they just grow
Pine
for
tree
Christmas?
forest. What?
Would they be able to grow that big just for Christmas?
I just thought it was funny. It was cute. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so while I have this in here, I might as well get my what? Give me a shout. Get my what? My sentiment stamped. Let's get that going. Is Will on tonight?
He is.
All right, this one's for you, Will. I love you more than I can bear. It was cute. Alan asked me earlier tonight. He says, so what are you what are you doing tonight? Meaning crafting. What are you doing tonight? And I said, more than I can bear. And he just kind of looked at me and I said, well, the sentiment says I love you more than I can bear. He thought that I was doing more than I can bear. It was kind of funny. Okay, let me rub over this. First time I'm stamping, excuse me, with it. I'm going to stamp this with my Raven hybrid ink, which is the blackest of black inks. I love this thing. So gorgeous. Gorgeous. Got my Stampendable out to help even out the pressure there. Look how beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't have to do that a second time. It looks perfect. That is the Stampendable, my friends. Helps to transfer even pressure to your stamp. It's awesome. All right, let's see. All right. So that is all the stamping that we are going to be doing. Any more questions from anybody, Alan?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, so I'm going to start assembling. What?
Somebody's commenting about the squeak.
The squeak?
Apparently you're cleaning the stamp or something.
Oh, was it too squeaky and loud? I'm sorry. All right, so I'm going to do my card base. This is just a half sheet. Oh my goodness gracious. I got stuffs on it. I'm going to use my mono eraser. Mono and mono. Yep, I got stuff on it. Probably from storing it. Anyway, so this is a half of a letter size sheet. So it's 8.5 inches. It was 11 inches. I cut it to 5 1/4, and now I'm going to score it. I'm sorry, 5 1/2, and now I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. For anybody that is new to scoring, all right, see that line that it creates? You want to fold away from that. And that's going to give you a really beautiful, nice flat edge. Okay, use your bone folder to get a really nice crisp edge on that. Now, I'm going to go ahead. This is the largest piece that was cut with my die. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that flat down. All right. Just line that up. There we go. Beautiful. This one I'm going to, look at that, I have more. My hands must have been dirty. I am going to be covering that up, but It's gonna drive me nuts. My hands must have been dirty. So I'm gonna put this up on a little bit of foam because I love dimension on my cards. This is so much fun. I'm really enjoying this because I haven't made a scene card in a long time.
Like a week.
No, I haven't done a scene in a while. I didn't do I didn't do a full scene last week. Last week, I made I think, a really, really cute little Christmas card, but not with a full background and scene and everything. I haven't done this in a little while. And so tonight was the perfect time because this is one of my favorite things to do. All right, so.
You know what we should do sometime?
What?
We should do like the food shows, and I should pull out a handful of ingredients.
No.
And you
No. No. This is not going to be chopped crafting.
And you have to.
Alan wants to do chopped crafting. No, because what happened to me earlier and what happened to me last week, where I'm not going to have that happen live. No way. Or I just can't figure out what I want to do.
But it would be fun for me.
It'd be fun for you. Okay, so here are my little characters that he die cut. So let's go ahead and get the tape off of these little babies. Little puppies. Well, one of these is a pup, right? Isn't the sea lion a pup?
It might be.
I think it's a walrus, actually.
I'm sure we have many people who know the answer to that. Angie, have you ordered the stamp cleaner yet?
Oh, Angie, have you ordered the stamp cleaner yet?
The stamp cleaner back in stock. When will the stamp cleaner be back in stock?
You know, it's completely Linnea's fault. She hasn't reminded me. If anybody wants to wants to look for Linnea, she's under the bus.
Everyone send a message to Linnea asking her where the stamp cleaner's at.
Oh, goodness. All right, so let's see. How is this going to work? This one I'm going to put right at the bottom here.
It's covering up the trees.
Yep, I don't even think I'm going to put this piece on here because it's going to cover up too many trees. So this piece that you found, I'm not going to use. Yeah, so I want the trees in the background.
I totally expected you not to.
So, well, I didn't know if I was going to use it. You don't know until you start putting things, into place.
Every time you have me dumpster dive for something, you don't end up using it.
Dumpster dive. All right, Alan, you need a microphone because every once in a while you're funny and people should be able to enjoy it.
Everyone's asking what chopped crafting is.
Oh, what is chopped crafting? Alan said that we should do something like the cooking shows because I love watching cooking shows. I actually love to cook. I just don't have time to cook. So I love watching cooking shows and I enjoy watching Chopped. And so he said we should do a Chopped crafting where he just gives me like a whole bunch of things to craft with and I have to figure out something to make. And I said, no. No. Because that would mean that I would have to craft on the fly and under duress. And that means that I would certainly not be able to come up with something. I just know it. Okay, so let's see. How am I going to do this? I need to support this little end here. All right, I need to put a tiny little piece of foam here. What, Alan? What's going on? You're making me nervous. Marcia.
Marcia Ball doesn't believe that I've had to dumpster dive.
Doesn't believe you've had to. Oh, you've never had to dumpster dive for stuff. What are you talking about?
When we needed pallets for each of us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're just making stuff up.
Climb in the dumpster to get pallets.
Yeah, he actually does. Whenever we're shipping for HSN, we always have to find pallets. HSN is very particular about their pallet size. And so sometimes we have a hard time finding pallets and enough pallets in the right size. Not too big, not too small, just right. Look how cute this is turning out. And so he has like, we're like short pallets, and then, he has to go and find pallets, and he has,
Like
dug them out. So, okay, so I taped this one into place. Now I'm going to put this one up on foam over it. And so it's just creating a little bit of dimension for me. Really cute.
It was like that Star Wars scene where they're in the garbage.
What? I don't know a Star Wars scene. You lost me on Star Wars.
People will know what it is.
Look how cute this is turning out. I actually would like to go there. That looks really nice. I think it looks like a great place to vacation. And then he is going to sit here. I'll put a little bit of foam underneath the top part of him there. What? What?
Nothing.
What's wrong with you? What are you laughing at?
Someone made a comment that I just want to tell you that you've been chopped.
I believe that, actually. I very much believe that. You do. You probably just want to tell me that I've been chopped. I can see that. There we go. Look how cute! Cute, cute, cute. We're early. Uh-oh, Angie didn't manage her time properly.
What?
Angie didn't manage her time properly. Oops. I am. I'm done.
Early?
I'm done. I'm the early bird. I got the worm. This doesn't want to stay here anymore.
You forgot something.
I didn't forget anything.
I think you did. Are we live?
Are we live? What?
You forgot something.
What? Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. Card done. Let me get these out of here. Let me organize again real quickly. There we go. So I can show everything that I used. I am so happy with it. What?
Someone said the hexagon dies are back on HSN.
Yes, that is a very good point. The hexagon and the diamonds, the puzzled hexagon and puzzled diamonds are both back on HSN. They got them all relabeled and put them out there. So if you order hexagon, you'll get hexagon. If you order diamonds, you will get diamonds.
Where's the fun in that?
Where's the fun in that? Look how cute. I like this. I think it turned out really nice. I think it's adorable. I love it. I love all the texture on it. Look how cute that is. Like they just have these wonderful little rolling hills. I love you more than I can bear. So cute. All right. Oh, I think it's adorable. I think it's very sweet. Oh, I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was fun. It was actually very easy. Minimal coloring, a little bit of stamping, a little bit of die cutting. Really cute, and I love it. And I love mixing new product with product that I already have in my stash. So this is just one more example showing you how all of our products go together. You just have to be a little bit creative. Yay, so fun. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Oh, couple of things. Well, at least one thing I can tell you. I think everything is in for our exclusive kit. We finally have our next exclusive kit.
No way.
No way. Yes way.
When's it coming out?
I am going to unveil it a week from tonight.
Wow.
The new kit.
And then we got that special other thing we got in the garage.
What?
That's been in the way for like 6 months.
The special other thing. The what? What? Oh. you want me to tell them that?
I don't know.
You want me to tell them that?
No, it's just something special that
Okay,
they're
so
not
yes.
expecting.
Okay, so yes. So he wants me to tell you that when you get your kit, so the next exclusive kit is going to be unveiled on Thursday, 1 week from tonight. All right, so I will have card samples. I will show you all the products. I will make something. And then when you get yours, and we have everything in stock, so they will ship right away. It's not going to be a pre-sale or anything like that. I may, well, no, because I'm going to unveil it all at once. When you get yours, it will be, let's just say it will be specially wrapped. Let's put it that way. How's that?
As long as you're wrapping it.
Alrighty. I think you're going to like the kit. It's really fun. And I will tell you too, it's not Christmas, it's not winter, it's not holiday or anything. It's every day, all year long, any year, any day. It's cool and it's fun and it's just so fun. Okay, so let's see. Giveaway for tonight is going to be have a nice day. Have a nice day. Not the card, but, well, no. But you can see the card. So the giveaway is going to be the Have an Ice Day 4x6 stamps and the coordinating dies. I feel like I'm like kind of goofy tonight. I think it's because I had a cup of tea before we went live.
No,
I needed something.
Else.
Okay. Charlene Randall Short, darling, you won.
You know her?
I do know her.
I didn't know that.
You won. You won, my dear. Congratulations. So exciting. Please do us a favor. Do me a favor. And send an email to customer service at ldrscreative.com. Send your complete name, even though I know your name, but send your name, send your complete address and everything so that we will get yours shipped out to you right away. Yay! Congratulations. Yay! All right, everybody. I know we're a little bit early, but that's all I got.
I don't think people mind being around.
Oh, I will tell you this too. We have a new collection aside from the exclusive kit. A new collection that we're going to be shipping to stores, shipping out in. Well, it'll be in stores.
Next week.
It'll be in stores. We'll be shipping next week. So we do have a whole new collection that you're going to start seeing in stores. And I will 2 weeks from tonight. I'll take you through the whole thing. And we'll have card samples, and I'll take you through the entire thing. And I think you're gonna love it. It is just adorable, adorable. It's actually one of my favorite collections we've done in a long time. I know I say that with every collection, but
I haven't even seen it.
that's how I feel. You haven't seen it?
I don't even know what's in it.
You saw the card samples I made. There's pocket pals. I'll tell you that. There's pocket pals in there. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, so don't because I don't want to tell anymore. Okay, everybody, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you so much. I wish you guys a fantastic weekend. Thank you for spending this time with us. Sorry if I was a bit of a goofball tonight.
We got used to it.
But it was fun. I'm a little hopped up on tea, so hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight. Anyway, have a great weekend. We will be back 1 week from tonight, same time, same place, and we're going to go over our newest exclusive kit. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.